Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Blank Check here. For those of you who watch me regularly, welcome back to another pony video. For those who just watch Death Battle reactions, welcome back to another pony video. You may remember me from those bygone days of Pinkie Pie vs. Deadpool, where your response to me was likely, wow, this guy talks a lot, but he sure is handsome. Anyway, we're all here again as one big happy family because the Death Battle creators have fortunately, or unfortunately, decided to tackle MLP once again, this time pitting one Twilight Sparkle versus Raven, a Teen Titan favorite. And I assume DC character in general, I don't know her outside of that show. Why are they fighting? Well, they're both covered in purple, magically gifted, and voiced by Tara Strong. I mean, they could have had Timmy Turner in here, but that would be an unfair fight to either side depending on the ruling around fairy godparents. This is an interesting matchup. Rainbow Dash vs. Starscream way back when, which coincidentally was the first MLP video I ever saw, was a bit of a goof. It was a funny diversion and Starscream was bound to lose due to his overconfidence and generally being the butt of the joke. Deadpool vs. Pinkie Pie was a fun choice that played out pretty much exactly as expected, where everyone was the winner, or loser depending on your outlook. This one, however, seems more straightforward. I could only see them pulling off another meta video if they legitimately got Tara Strong into the studio to lend her voice, but I feel like there might be contractual issues that prevent that. So assuming that cannot happen, this comes across as a more clean-cut battle. My gut then would be to say that Raven will win because the ponies currently have 0 losses and I feel like the universe seeks to balance itself. But Blank, shouldn't you pretend to be more biased toward the pony to make a more reactionary video? Shut it. No. The fights have the contestants at their peak, and Raven's peak is kind of apocalyptic if I remember correctly. Daddy issues, Azarath, Metreon Synthos, and whatnot. This may end with the pony being dragged under Raven's suit and forced into whatever nightmarish punishment that Dr. Light was given in an episode of Teen Titans. Twilight, however, in the Season 4 finale against T-Rex, did have the power of all 4 alicorns and could move the sun around the earth all willy-nilly, as well as brush off literally being thrown through a mountain DBZ style. She could also use Spike as a sacrificial shield, and to be fair, he can withstand lava pretty well. Whatever, I'm not here to break down this in-universe logic. They are, so let's dig into a battle.
This episode of Death Battle is brought to you by War Robots.
Oh yeah,
the tactical
advertisement.
Multiplayer game for iOS, Android, and Fire
Sure,
OS.
Why not?
Seems like if Wiz's love for science and my love for weapons had a baby, wrapped in rich 3D graphics.
Rich. These are rich guys.
By clicking the link in the description.
I've never seen 3-dimensional visuals
A GI patent
so incredibly rich.
4 Punisher machine guns
With steel and texture
and
packs.
silver.
Bonuses. Oh god. I don't want to look at any of that. Ooh, nice logo.
Can be powerful things.
Are we really gonna talk about feelings?
I haven't watched it in a while.
And stuff.
Well, yes, and how they fuel some pretty powerful magic.
Yeah, Raven
Good.
uses emotion
The half-demon sorceress from the team.
for her powers, and Twilight
Twilight
uses
Sparkle, the magical prodigy from
magic.
My Little Pony.
I mean, friendship
Really doing this again.
equals magic. 3rd time's the charm.
And it's our
Boomstick.
job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Well, I like that pixel art on Raven there.
Strong emotion can drastically change a person. Fear can trigger instincts necessary for survival.
Yeah.
Anger can increase adrenaline for incredible feats.
Lara Croft. New movie out soon.
Looking chick in a wicked cloak. That's kind of her thing. This is Raven.
Oh, I like Teen Titans a lot, guys.
Was born in her home dimension of Azarath. She wasn't the most popular girl around.
Yeah, it's not exactly a good sign when right as you're born, the sky turns black and the whole world suddenly smells like farts.
See,
Doesn't that happen to everyone? I thought that was just a common occurrence.
Demon.
Who is literally made up of hatred. Not even kidding.
Yeah.
Her heritage,
It's a
Raven's
strong
own
emotion.
mental state holds the key to a fearsome inner power.
It's a battle between hatred and friendship.
Sense, create and manipulate emotions.
So her powers are all about feelings and
Seems
stuff?
legit.
That's pretty lame.
Tell that to her when she scrambles your
She can
brain.
absorb
You
emotions.
feel so greedy you steal from your boss.
Oh, you don't need to convince me to do that.
Wait, what?
I mean, that's pretty intense.
That's
Hey, she's got a lot more
embezzlement.
deadliness packed away under that cool cloak.
That's not
When she
embezzlement.
was 18
That's just
years
theft.
old, Raven met her father for the first time. And it's, didn't go very well.
Yeah.
When Dad shot her mom.
Trigon?
That pissed off Raven so much, she finally let loose.
This shadowy
You wouldn't
figure
like to see
is
her when
soul
she's
self, an extension of her
outwardly
spirit and
angry.
manifestation of the powers inherited from Trigon. Raven often
Trigon.
wields it as her primary means of offense and defense, though it can function on its own.
I wish I had a pet bird that could do what the soul self can. This beauty lets Raven fly, use its eyes and ears, or just punch people like a big old battering bird.
It can
That's
drain
the
the
most
energy and
practical
powers
use
of
of
others,
it.
and also serves as a sort of pocket dimension, which
Raven
can
punch.
trap a limited number of foes and objects within.
Talk about convenient, but she can do way more. She
Is
can
Raven in a DC fighting game?
heal others, cast energy shields, phase through walls, and blast people with mystical energy beams.
Like Injustice? I don't know.
But there is one drawback. To wield her power,
These are
Raven must embrace emotion.
pretty
And
similar
too much emotion risks opening her mind to try
movesets as Twilight.
She gives in to her darker
I guess that we'll see
side.
later.
Her entire personality changes.
Hey, Dr. Light!
Afraid of the dark? I surrender!
That's the thing I thought of immediately when I saw she was fighting.
Dark Raven.
Dark Raven is stronger, tougher, and freakier than your everyday Raven. She can
Ooh.
shoot lasers from her eyes, disintegrate stuff with
It's a
her
good panel.
beams, and shapeshift. And her soul self is so powerful, it can wipe most people off the face of the earth in an instant.
Wonder if Dark Raven's gonna be taking out
Capabilities are a double-edged sword.
our little pony princess.
Father's demonic powers, she risks transporting Trigon himself to the living realm.
It is Trigon.
Kickstarting devastation across the universe.
I heard it wrong.
Wonder what the tier rewards are like for that. Pledge $20 and get an autograph from Satan.
She has been able
Before
to free
being
herself from Trigon's
destroyed.
granting her unlimited access to her own magical abilities.
Sometimes she even wears white to
It'd be fun
celebrate
if
the occasion. Or is that
Trigon
just
gets
for her
unleashed
pretty
and
beast
everyone
bird?
loses.
Oh, wait, that never happened. These comic books reboot way too often for any relationships to actually have lasting consequences. Silly me.
Last but not least, there's Raven's golden form. A
Oh,
spiritual
golden
body free from
form.
Dragon's influence, which manifested after she turned evil and had to be killed by her friends, the Teen Titans.
You know, as you do.
What's up?
It happens a lot, actually. Anyway,
It's like the,
Raven's accomplished plenty of incredible
Superman Infinite.
She's bent steel girders with her magic, toughed out getting thrown butt first into a brick wall. so
Dodged a
hard it
sniper
broke.
bullet. That's nice.
Not her butt. And even helped Terra, a fellow Titan, raise the Teen Titans headquarters.
Space travels in there.
Terra alone was barely
This
able
is
to
very,
stop its descent, and together they pushed it back up to its
powerful
place.
opponent right here.
Even lifted more than half of the island's weight. The Titan's Tower Island is similar in location and size to Alcatraz, which has a width of 500.
All right, math, let's go.
Assuming the most likely granite composition and accounting for a
Well, it's 1,700 and some feet.
Raven's energy output would need to be about 14
16,
million
rather.
megawatt hours. That's enough energy to power all of New York City for over 3 years.
Raven's soul self
That is a
gets
little,
about 30,000
interesting.
below the surface of the ocean with no problem.
That's almost 14,700 pounds per square inch.
I have to calculate how hard it is to move the sun when Twilight comes around.
And it's tough enough to survive laser blasts from aliens that hurt Donna Troy. Who can survive moon-busting attacks?
The villain Sparta's lasers could destroy
Jeez.
people in an instant, which requires nearly 3 billion joules of energy. Soul Self powered through several of these blasts and held together.
I always like how unnecessarily
Fast. It once flew from New York
in-depth
City
we
to
get into
Valley,
these things.
Nebraska, and back in less than 5 minutes.
The distance between those cities is 1,166 miles as the crow, or Raven, flies. To make this trip in time,
Alright.
Raven's Soul Self must have flown more than 36 times the speed of sound.
Not impressed?
But what if she traveled through the fourth dimension?
Toasty Raven, she flew between the Earth and Moon like it was nothing.
I watched Interstellar. You
Plenty
just
of
fold the
impressive
paper,
feats, but unfortunately,
stick a pin through
Raven's
it.
powers have
You're there.
daunting and often costly limits. When the Soul Self takes damage, Raven feels the pain herself.
She's kind of like a glass cannon and overtaxes her own abilities pretty frequently.
But don't disregard this as
All right.
only mere physical ineptitude.
A
Raven
failing.
utilizes emotions in combat. She tackles that emotion head on. The more negative the emotion, the more pain she feels.
Right,
don't
and
forget,
that's
she's also struggling not to feel. So
why Dr.
Satan
Light
doesn't
got
show
the
up
short
with
end of
all
the
that
stick
going
there.
on At once, it's no wonder she passes out sometimes.
But with the help of her friends and her adoptive Azrathian family, Raven eventually overcame Trigon's iron grip and defeated him.
Yeah,
Right.
you'd think a guy
And we
like
assume-
Trigon would think twice before messing with someone as powerful as Raven.
we're taking Raven as post Trigun
They're not demons.
defeat,
Let me show you one. Azarath, Metrion, Zinthos.
which means she's at her most powerful, and Daddy won't be around to harm. Hey, it's the movie.
The city of Canterlot rests among the mountaintops.
That exists.
There, a young filly had dreams as big as Canterlot Castle itself. Her name was Twilight Sparkle.
Very imposing.
And, I mean, we've seen a pony that breaks the sound barrier and one that breaks physics, so what crazy thing can this one do, Wiz?
Hold your horses.
She can whine.
Merrily out of the gate.
Rein it in, Wiz. Your lame puns are musting with my script.
She can be very insecure,
Wanted to learn magic at Princess Celestia's
self-destructive
School of
sometimes.
Unicorns. After a very, eventful entrance exam, she didn't just get accepted into the school, she became Celestia's
She can lecture you for hours.
Kind of a big deal, since Celestia is pretty much pony god of the sun.
Not only that, Twilight
I like
also
that they have
learned
Scared of
her
Quesadillas on there.
Oh, I remember those. It's that magical tramp stamp a pony gets when they grow up.
Right, good
Close enough.
research.
Cutie mark symbolized her life's calling, specifically her destiny in mastering the art of magic.
This pep
She'll kill her with plants.
wasted no time and hit the books to prep
She'll poison her
hard.
drink.
By the time she was an adult, she'd read her entire collection of 20,000 books.
As well know,
Boomstick, have
super
you ever
reading
read a book
wins
before?
you every physical battle.
Sure, why not?
Oh, there we go.
Twilight learned all sorts of powerful and useful magic.
How
She
can you
knows so
beat a
many
book,
spells
guys?
that take
It's
well over
impossible.
an hour to describe them all. Her memory is so crystal clear, she can recall a complex spell
Ha.
after a mere glance.
Crystal.
Here's some highlights. She can move stuff with her mind, shoot concussive energy,
Teleportation,
raise magic shields,
energy
rapid
shields.
fire teleport.
She can manipulate gravity, ignite things on
I
fire,
want to see her use
freeze
one that
others in
needed
place,
on Raven.
walk on clouds, and even mastered the transfiguration spell.
I feel like there's a creative way to make that explode in her face.
Talk about weird.
She's even transformed a single apple into a nest of bird eggs, which, hatched somehow.
Life?
Yeah, but
Eat that,
Twilight's
Raven.
Magic doesn't just stem from her vast knowledge.
Twilight
of
will just
spells and
make
history.
more
In
ravens.
the world of My Little Pony, magic
Somehow.
is drawn from and controlled by a unicorn's emotions.
Oh, here comes the touchy-feely stuff.
The stronger a unicorn feels about
All right.
something or someone, the
Has that Death Battle had a battle of emotions before?
I've always found magic is tied to my emotions. Whatever I'm feeling fuels whatever I'm doing.
Because this
The
is
stronger I'm feeling,
fairly
the stronger
interesting.
the magic.
Starlight, this is not your fight.
Twilight Sparkle is one of the few ponies to master
We'll see you later.
the most powerful magic of all.
Maybe.
The magic of friendship.
Okay, Wiz, I know a metaphor when I see it. Isn't a night out with the girls so magical?
At the gala.
No, that's not it at all. In truth, friendship is the only weapon powerful enough to defeat Equestria's most dangerous enemies.
Yeah.
They weaponized friendship? Awesome. Hey, Wiz.
Petrification.
Buddy, you're friends forever.
Space travel.
Where are the friendship lasers?
Me.
Oh, yeah, upside. I didn't.
It's a legitimately good scene in that film.
Twilight's friendship magic is at its most powerful when focused through the elements of harmony. When used together, these ancient artifacts are a near unstoppable force.
In which
Even
she requires her 5 friends.
after he stole Twilight's
And this is not a
powers along with
6v1 battle.
Equestria's. Twilight's crown with her personal element contains a powerful magic in its own right.
Though Teen Titans versus the main 6 would be something, wouldn't it?
Reality in another dimension with its mere presence.
And of course, we gotta talk about those wings of hers. She was born.
Yeah, let's talk about them wings.
Leading an ancient spell about.
Boomstick's got the right idea here.
Transformed into an alicorn. A mix between a unicorn and a pegasus, and a chance to sell just a whole.
Very few ponies have ever become alicorns.
Alicorn
Nice.
magic is leagues
Accurate,
more powerful than
I guess.
plain unicorns, and Twilight needed the extra boost to defend Equestria as its newest princess.
Like when she fought that Tyrek guy.
After Tyrek absorbed the magic from Equestria's entire population, Twilight
Yeah,
was
their
forced to
entire
confront
population.
herself while wielding the power of 4 alicorns.
This was her at her most OP
Come Dragon Ball Z with baby girl horse toys.
and most DBZ.
How Tyrek rocketed Twilight straight into this mountain.
I mean, yeah, this was
Totally fine thanks to her magic shield.
By comparing
Also
Twilight's
exactly
apparent size just before impact to
what I
her
thought
actual
about
size of approximately 4 feet
when I heard
tall,
this battle.
we can estimate the distance she was thrown to be about 145 feet. Tyrek then closed this distance at 64.5 miles per hour. Combined with his estimated weight of over 31,000 pounds, Twilight's shield
Wow, okay.
to over 8 million newtons of force.
I love this.
I'm on board with this pony stuff.
All right, Boomstick's coming around.
Is tough enough to survive bombardment by anvils and pianos.
Tom.
To fly over 300 miles per
Yeah.
hour. with
Everyone carries Tom. It's not that hard.
Strong enough to lift and carry a rock weighing 4.5 tons.
Her telekinesis is strong enough to lift a 340-ton bear.
Okay, that one's more impressive, I guess.
Giant flower.
That Ursa Minor there.
And with the other
Yeah, the Tremors episode.
move the sun and the moon. Okay, yeah, friendship power's way better than.
Yeah, give me some math on that.
If Twilight has one glaring
Someone try to work that one out.
wavering neurosis.
Oh, you mean how she's obsessed over staying organized
It'd
and
be great if they trolled us and made it human Twilight versus Raven.
Yes, she has a, well, difficult time dealing with unexpected stress. More often than not, she even makes bad situations worse before starting to fix
Raven, just tell her book is overdue.
comes to shove, Twilight Sparkle pulls her weight and more.
Insta win.
No magic.
You're wrong, Tyrek. I may have given you my alicorn
No, don't
magic.
remind me of this.
Carry within me the most powerful magic.
I don't want this.
The magic of friendship.
I didn't ask for this.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
All right.
But first,
I think Raven's gonna win this one.
for me undies.
In a
But you never
world
know.
plagued by despair,
We could have a cop-out.
and terrible underwear. There's only one company we trust to keep the balance of style and comfort.
You know-
MeUndies.com, makers of the best pair of underwear.
I feel very good right now watching this video about a fight between a superheroine and a pony that includes an underwear commercial. This is right.
Wearer plus 10 in
This is where I should be.
And me undies.
This is what my life has led up to.
% satisfaction guarantee. You'll
There's nowhere to go but down from here.
get your coins back.
It's dangerous to go unclothed. Get the softest underwear you'll ever own, 20% off with free shipping and 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Thank you, Tinkerbell.
.com/battle. That's MeUndies.com.
I always think of Tinkerbell and underwear together
Start wearing this legendary underwear. It changed my life.
about 5 times a week.
To let MeUndies change yours. Go to MeUndies.com. It's
a nice leopard print, though.
Battle right now. But
We have to accentuate the bulge, don't we?
Death battle.
Okay, where am I? Here we go. Wait, her tree and her castle? This is not canon, guys.
Let's give it a try.
I don't like this. Oh, that Spog is great. That's great.
Saw nothing.
I like this. Oh, Pony, I was playing with your friends. Therefore, I'll kill you for knowing about it? Okay, alright. Destroying the tree. I'm okay with this. Make her sad all over again.
Darkness take.
Ooh, I like that effect a lot.
Oh no, not again.
Nice teleport. Not again. I just found out how to reverse time in this centralized location to bring the tree back. Took forever. They're like 5 seasons.
Hazarat Metrio.
Synthos. Ooh, nice. Thinking about finding his magic again, guys. Them's fighting herds. Pretty competent game.
Is that all you can do?
Oh, oh boy. Oh boy, seizure warning.
Please work.
Eat love. She used it.
It. I need it. Mine. Oh.
Oh, I'm very happy about this.
Aha! Now I've got you right where I want.
This rock is... She's only seeing a rock made of hatred. Oh no, alright. Dark Raven, don't want any of your crap. Oh no, jeez. Here we go. Alright. Season 2 reference. Not the tentacles. This isn't... This is bad. One's a plant, one is sapped of all her color palette.
Sorry to soil your fun.
What's happening now? Raven nuke, apparently. Jeez.
Well, that was odd.
That was very odd.
Dear Princess Celestia, today I learned the only thing more powerful
We gotta save the
than
tree.
friendship is a giant bird spirit colliding into me at Mach 36.
This was a tricky one. Both Raven and Twilight possess numerous spells and techniques that could end the other quickly.
A lot of instant win
They were
techniques.
pretty even in how many ways they could finish each other off.
We flipped the
It really
coin.
came down to strength, durability, and performance.
First of all, it's pretty obvious Raven's telekinesis has been shown to be much stronger than Twilight's.
But when,
That is true.
when Twilight moved the sun and moon,
That's when she had the magic of Princess Celestia and Luna, and it's well established that only their specific type of magic can move those celestial bodies.
So, you're saying you want us to move the sun and.
So, we're not allowing that version of Twilight because
With her
she had
own
their
magic,
powers?
Twilight has never shown anything close to the kind of force Raven used to lift the Teen Titans tower.
Raven had the durability advantage too. Remember how Twilight's shield held
So
up
assuming we
against
didn't
a little over 8 million newtons?
assume
Well,
Raven had any of her
Raven's
father's.
soul self is tougher than Donna Troy, who can shrug off a blast worth 296 tillion newtons. That's a 16.
That's a word. Yep, that's a value.
Don't forget, Twilight had the power of 4 alicorns at
Give me 2.6 times 10 to the
Raven's soul self anyway.
whatever, 16.
Not only could it absorb Twilight's powers and emotions, and not only was it capable of operating while Raven was unconscious, but
Yeah, Twilight
also
is
made
not a
mean dive bomber.
not the best
Raven's soul
1v1
self
fighter.
with flight speeds exceeding Mach 36. Since it's often been used as a battering ram to hit enemies, we know it has mass, but not exactly how much.
Like yo
However,
mama.
given its
Ha,
size, strength,
got
and
him.
durability
I'm a
far
child.
exceeds Raven's own, its mass is likely greater than hers.
Let's just lowball it and say they're equal, alright?
Sure, adding Raven's mass to the Mach 36 calculation, the Soul Self's ramming force at top speed
Yeah, I was
comes to
wondering-
15 million newtons of force.
Would that make a
Far greater
bigger
than what
impact,
Twilight
actually?
has sustained.
Than what was shown?
Pony walking away from that. Plus, Twilight's positive attitude meant Raven didn't have to even worry about pain when using her emotions against her.
While they may have matched each other in spells and skill, Raven's more powerful traits and exceptional soul self earned her a hard-fought
I really like the
Yeah,
art on the
really
Raven.
ponied up for this
The
one.
Raven,
The
not
winner is Raven.
her. You know what I mean.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you
All
want
right.
some commentary on this
Bring it
episode,
on.
just click that little box over there and start a first membership trial.
And if you want the battle music for
That's fair
yourself,
enough.
click the link in the description below and get it.
That was a fun fight.
See you the next one.
Good effects, good art in that one. They used a decent number of moves. Not the best fight I've seen from them, but I'm okay with that. Oh, Jotaro versus Kenshiro. JoJo is something I'm not familiar with, but I played one of the fighting games. It was very odd. Much like this episode. Sorry, MLP, you now have a 1-1-1 win-loss ratio. Be ashamed of yourself. Alright guys, that was Death Battle Raven versus Twilight Sparkle, and that was fun. Of course. It's always nice to see a pony in there, even if it means the untimely death of one of our princesses. I'm positive a portion of the demographic here is happy to see one of the pastel equines take a loss finally, and the main character no less. But I still find it entertaining to see them even putting up a fight in general. And giving me flashbacks to Twilight's Kingdom is always welcome. That was a relatively insane episode. The moveset they chose to use here was varied and made for a more unique battle than it could have been. This could have easily been a clash of energy beams like the Starlight fight in Season 5, but that probably would be a little generic in terms of death battle fights. Overall, I'm relieved there was no trace of Teen Titans Go in this episode, but at the same time, I'm sad about that. It would have been pretty amazing. I like that a lot of my predictions were correct, and this played out like a regular death battle. As such, this was nothing super special, but another fine episode for the series. Great work as always from the cast and crew, especially the animators. You pull off some consistently entertaining material, keep being awesome. Everyone else, thank you for watching. Until next time, remember, you can't win them all.